Daryl, I know that you were really happy with the response from the Kansas City Boat Show and the St. Charles Show, but those obviously were indoors during a very brutal winter. You've got to be happy to be back on the water.
Here we go. It's summertime.
Yes.
Let's go jet skiing, as we like to say. Jet skiing, boating. Let's get out and start using our lake and having fun on these things.
And you get to say jet ski, whereas it's not necessarily appropriate if other brands say it, because Kawasaki is the granddaddy of all the PWCs, what we now call PWC, but it started with the jet skis.
The jet skis, where everybody recognizes that as the stand-up model, which or now has become the Kleenex of facial tissue. But yeah, back now 40 years ago, Kawasaki, this is our 40th anniversary for the jet ski, which is personal watercraft. And in the 2014 lineup, unbelievable stuff. I mean, you look, in 40 years we've gone from a two-stroke stand-up only to now 40 years later we have four-stroke engines, which means, and fuel injected, you're just doing an oil change like a car now. They start instantly. They're not holding your breath and going, and I hope, as well as, and with the Kawasaki, that years of engineering, uber reliable, and everything they do performs well and is great features, even in like our entry-level lineup here. The STX 15F, 160 horsepower. It has reverse boarding ladder, digital gauge, so it's not a stripped-down version. Does everything well. Then we've got our midline cruiser and the Ultra LX that handles all, the water awesome. It's a little bigger unit, great cruiser. And then our 310 series this year, we have 4 models from the base 310 horsepower, is hard to believe. Supercharged, cruise control, power trim, just incredible stuff on these things. And then going up to a race model that has motocross handlebars, that kind of stuff. But then the flagship this year is the Ultra 310 LX. This version also has heat-resistant seat, cruise control, power trim, that stuff, but also now a sound system, a built-in OEM factory sound system. Plug your MP3 player, your iPhone into it, and have the tunes while you're out there cruising.
So back in the day, at one time, the PWC was that watercraft that you just took outside the dock, a little ways from the dock, and you tore up the water and came back in. But with all of the amenities and options that they have now, and a lot of the standard items that they have, you can go out all afternoon in them.
Yeah, they have definitely evolved. Just this morning I had a guy, and he's like, well, can you deliver to me? And I said, well, it's only 25 miles to your dock. And he looked at me like, you're nuts. And I'm like, well, you can set the cruise control at 40 miles an hour and you're going to beat whoever drove you here home. So they can handle the water better. They're really quick and fast, but also you can cruise 35, 40 mile an hour and they have the reliability to do it, and the range. One of ours, they have a 20 and a half gallon fuel tank. So you have the ability to go. Well, you got a great range. You're not stuck to just the cove. You can get out and run up to Ha Ha Tonka or go to one of the. I
think that's bigger than my car.
Most cars, of course, the horsepower is that way as well. No doubt.
It's amazing, and of course, if people want to see these firsthand or they want a demo, they can just come right across the Grand Glades Bridge and find you there where you've been for the same number of years, right?
Yes, yeah, we've been there actually 35 years now. Renting boats, jet skis, we have high-end boat line there. Showroom's always full. We do demos on these things, so just swing by right at the west end of the Glades Bridge, which would be Jeffries Road exit. No matter which way you're coming on 54, take that and then go ahead and do right on down to the bridge, and then by water, of course, we're at the 1 mile marker of the Glades Arm, right at the bridge at the west end, southwest end.
And if they're trying to find you before they leave home, they can just check you out online.
Online, yeah, we have BridgeportJetski.com, BridgeportBoatRental.com, or just give us a call, 573-348-1020.